Hi, everyone, and welcome back to In the Know. We are excited to be with you for another episode. My name is Sydney Carlson, and as always, I'm recording from doTERRA headquarters here in Pleasant Grove, Utah, and I am here with Krista Numbers. Krista, how are you?
Hi, Sydney. I'm great. I'm also at corporate headquarters today, and I'm excited to be talking about our favorite subject of doTERRA in the media.
Yeah, we are here to keep you up to date with everything that's going on here at doTERRA and to also highlight some doTERRA features that have been in the news over the last 2 weeks. These are great things to share with your customers or other wellness advocates. So we are so glad you're here, and make sure you stick around because one of our favorite things to do at In the Know here lately is to give away some of the product that is mentioned in these articles that we'll be talking to you about. So make sure you stick around and we'll tell you how to win those a little bit later. But Krista, why don't you get us started? We'll head over to a story that popped up from Grazia, Mexico.
Yeah, I'd love to. As we're making our way from corporate headquarters to Mexico, I'd love to hear where everybody's chiming in from today. Say hello, let us know where you're listening from. And remember that in a few minutes when we talk about the giveaway, the way that you're going to be entered is by making a comment. So an easy way to be entered, just let us know where you're listening from. So as Sydney mentioned, we were mentioned recently in Gracia, Mexico. And this was a fun article to read. I've gotten very much into yoga in my own life. And so I was curious to see when they said the 6 best gifts for the yoga lovers that you know. And one of these was the Volo diffuser from doTERRA. So really fun to see that. Some of the oils they recommended that you incorporate into your yoga practice were lavender, peppermint, patchouli, and wintergreen. Now, I've used lavender a lot as in a diffuser, and I use tea tree on my yoga mat to keep it clean and fresh. I haven't tried some of these other oils, the peppermint, the patchouli, and the wintergreen. So I'm excited to incorporate those into what I am doing. I'm going to talk to you about the giveaway because it's in conjunction with this article. But first, I want to take a minute and glance over and see where you all are joining from. This is so fun to see where we have Linny from Alaska, we have Michelle from Ontario, Stephen, Carol, Connie. Awesome. Let us know. We love to see our doTERRA family and friends all over the world. So in conjunction, Sydney, like I said, with the article talking about the 6 best yoga gifts, one of which was the Volo diffuser, the giveaway that we're doing this week is to help you incorporate some yoga into your life and some of these essential oils. So doTERRA, as some of you may know, we have our own yoga collection. So we are going to be giving away 2 sets of the yoga collection oils, some of my personal favorites, and a Volo diffuser as well. So all of the rules will be in the comments underneath this Facebook Live. And the way that you can be entered to win one of these sets is simply to comment. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Let us know what oils you use for yoga. Let us know how you are using these articles in your life. Sydney, I'm going to be quiet for a minute and let you highlight. You're being our model today. Show us a little bit more. Show off these oils and remind us all what oils are in the yoga collection that doTERRA has.
Absolutely. So I get to live my dream of being Vanna White right here on this Facebook Live. This is the Volo diffuser. It's awesome. It's got this like marble sort of outer facade that is beautiful and would look great in any home. And then the yoga collection, there are 3 proprietary doTERRA blends in the yoga collection. It's doTERRA Anchor, Align, and Arise. These are great to diffuse when you're doing yoga to just keep you grounded and relaxed. And as Krista was saying, she loves to do yoga after a run. So anytime to kind of calm down from a workout, they're the best. I love the yoga collection.
Yeah, my yoga has become an essential part of my workout routine so that I can walk the next day because I've been running a lot more. So definitely something I'm interested in. Connie, I noticed you shared in the comments that balance oil is a great one to incorporate with your yoga. I love balance oil. So yeah, thank you for that reminder. That would be a great one that we can incorporate. Sydney, thanks for being our Vanna White and highlighting the giveaway for us. So remember that giveaway is going on for the next 24 hours. You can be entered simply by you can make some comments in this. You can share this Facebook Live with your friends and family. The more you comment, the more you'll be entered. So super fun giveaway this week. 2 sets of the Volo diffuser and the yoga collection. Would love to share that with you guys so that you can go out and continue to share it with others. So Sydney, let's move on from there. We talked a little bit about workouts and yoga and, kind of recovery and different routines that we have. And there was a great video that we saw this week where one of our performance advocates did this very thing. She showed us the day in a life of a snowboarder. Tell us a little bit more about that, if you would.
Yeah, so Jamie Anderson, she is an Olympic gold medal snowboarder, and she is one of our performance advocates. She's actually the first first ever women's Olympic slopestyle gold medalist. And she is a huge doTERRA fan, and she has been helping as one of our performance advocates. She goes out and kind of talks about how she's using the oils in her own life. And I highly recommend going and watching this video. We'll post it on news.doterra.com. It's an 18-minute video, so it's a little bit long, but she goes through her whole routine from when she wakes up to when she goes to bed, the life of like a professional athlete. And she talks about the different ways that she incorporates the oils, and they are extensive. So she talks about how she uses the hair care line, and there's a new hair care line that's just come out. And so she talks about that. She talks about using frankincense and lavender combined with coconut oil to combat some of the scarring that she gets when she maybe, when she wipes out on the snow. She talks about using rose oil on the roller to kind of keep her grounded. She loves the yarrow palm for her face. She's on the mountain a lot and it dries out her skin and her hair. And she said that yarrow palm has been really great to kind of keep that moisture and keep her skin looking smooth and not quite so dried out. She loves using fresh citrus in the morning. So make sure you go check that out. That's a great thing to share with some of the people you're talking to, and other maybe wellness advocates on your team, to just talk about this professional athlete who is a gold medalist and how she's using these products to stay at a peak level.
Yeah, I love that. It's certainly nice to see how these products are being used in real life. Tamar in the comments said, I love seeing how the performance advocates use doTERRA products. I loved her shampoo. So thanks, Tamar, for chiming in on that. And Sydney, thanks for explaining that article to us in a little bit more detail and for reminding us that we can find all of these on news.doterra.com. So Sydney and I are here just to kind of give you the highlights of just a few of the places that were mentioned in the media recently, but you can find the links to them, the video, and a lot more articles on news.doterra.com so that you can go out and share it with your friends and family as you're talking about it. So thank you, Sydney.
Absolutely. And we'll shift gears a little bit from athletes and yoga and snowboarding. But Krista, you had the opportunity to speak on the doTERRA Hope model and the Hope oil and some of the amazing things that Healing Hands is doing to fight human trafficking. So what can you tell us about that?
You bet. Yeah. Fox 13 invited us on recently, just a few days ago, to talk about, like you said, Healing Hands and the impact that doTERRA is having on, specifically, this was in conjunction with I'm gonna make sure I'm saying this right because it's kind of a mouthful. July 30th is World Day Against Trafficking in Humans. So this is an international day that we were able to highlight, and specifically with the doTERRA Healing Hands and the doTERRA Healing Hands Foundation, and what we've been able to do to combat this this global problem that sadly is a reality in the world that we live in today of trafficking in persons. And so the Hope Oil is it's this fabulous product we have. It smells really good. It's got kind of that uplifting citrusy scent. It's a very warm smelling oil that I personally love. And just a reminder that 100% of the purchase price goes toward Healing Hands so that they can continue to fight against human trafficking. And we have so many great strategic partners that we do that with. Some of them I was able to mention in this interview on Fox 13. And remember, you can go to doterrahealinghands.org to find out a lot more about this cause specifically, about all of the causes that Healing Hands involved with, and a lot more information about the Hope model, which is a really cool way that doTERRA, it's this multifaceted program that doTERRA has put together that focuses, when we're talking about human trafficking, it focuses on the prevention, the rescue, and the aftercare. Each of those are such an important part of the fight against human trafficking in, the education that goes into prevention, in actually rescuing in partnership with some of our great people like Engage Now Africa was one that I recently saw a report on where 18 women were rescued, and just so many great things that we don't have time to talk about today. And then the aftercare, which this was such a good education for me, Sydney, to really read more about the Hope model and understand the importance of being able to help these victims of human trafficking reintegrate into society, and how important that is and how much need there really is there. And so doTERRA has created this really simple way for anybody to join in that fight against human trafficking, and that's through purchasing this Hope oil. And again, as many of us already know, 100% of the purchase price, 100% of the purchase price goes toward fighting against human trafficking in conjunction with this Hope model. So you can check out more about that interview at news.doterra.com. And then you can go to doterrahealinghands.org to find out a lot more than what I've been able to share just right now about the Hope model, about the Hope oil, and about how everybody can get involved with Healing Hands and the impact that we're able to have. So, so the really, really fun opportunity. And I encourage you to go check it out, because I'm not doing it all justice in the time that we have here today talking about it.
Yeah, and I think we talk about this just about every week, just about how one of our favorite things about working at doTERRA is the good that we're able to do and the people the lives that we're able to touch. And I loved, Krista, one of the things that you said in that interview that just kind of sums it all up, as you just said, maybe, one of doTERRA's kind of unofficial mission statements is maybe sourcing the best and helping the most. So I loved that. And really quickly, before we moved on, I saw a question. Somebody asked whether or not we were going to have performance advocates at convention. And I can say that, yes, we will have performance advocates. We'll make an announcement as to who those will be, but make sure you go and check out who our performance advocates are. And if you're not following them on social media, make sure that you're doing that, because they put out a lot of stuff that is really useful as far as how they're using the product and how they're engaging other people with the product. But look out for that announcement about who will be at convention, and that'll be exciting to have some of them there as well.
Yeah, for sure. Great mention on that, Sydney. Thank you for sharing that. Connie, I noticed in the comments that you shared with us that you recently had an event and you gave away the Hope Rollers. So that's awesome. I love that you are you're leading the efforts in spreading the message about the Hope oil. So let's all follow Connie's lead this month as we're focused on this human trafficking fight and bring more attention to the Hope oil. So, okay, let's move on to our fourth and final article that we're going to talk about today, which, going back to the beginning, the first article we talked about was in Grazia, and this one is as well. Sydney and Grazia, Mexico, they recently mentioned 5 essential oils that we should be on the lookout for. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime there's a beauty tip with essential oils, I'm all about it. It's great fun to read through some of this. And they actually consulted some doTERRA experts specifically for this article. So it was great to read through and see what they had to say. The oils that they specifically mentioned were frankincense, neroli, geranium, and lavender. And I love they mention when they talk about frankincense, about how frankincense has been used since ancient Egyptian times to help soothe and rejuvenate your skin. And that's something that I love putting, like just a drop of frankincense in my moisturizer in the morning, just to kind of help soothe anything that may be like we're acting up a little bit. Geranium, I don't know this from personal experience, but I've heard from a lot of people that geranium can help when you may have scarring happening, just to kind of soothe whatever may be going on. And lavender is great to not only soothe your skin, but to soothe your senses and calm you down a little bit. So a lot of great tips. Check this one out to see how you might be able to recommend these oils to the people that you're talking to. And they did take great care to mention that as you're using these, make sure you're using a carrier oil or some kind of moisturizer, because they're very powerful natural materials in these oils, as we know. So just make sure you're talking about that as you talk to people about these oils as well.
Yeah, we always need to focus on the safety of these, right? Because they are so pure and potent that a little goes a long way with most of these oils. Carol, I love your comment in here. I'm just reading the comments as we're talking. Carol Duke says, I'm so proud to be associated with a company that goes above and beyond. And that applies to human trafficking in so many other ways, right? And I know I speak for both Sydney and I when I say the same thing. We love working at doTERRA and with all of you for that very reason. It's the mission behind what we do and continually looking for ways to go above and beyond. So big shout out to all of you. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for all that you do to share the love with the doTERRA products, the doTERRA mission. So grateful to have you here. And if you've left a comment like our friend Carol has, you're already automatically entered to win one of the sets of the giveaway that we're doing today, which is back to the first article about yoga, a Volo diffuser, and a yoga collection. 2 sets of those we're giving away, and you can enter for the next 24 hours. So even if you weren't able to join us live, leave a comment, and that will end tomorrow right about noon Mountain Standard Time. And then we will let you know if you are one of our lucky winners. So thank you again, everybody. Sydney, thank you so much for helping me talk about these articles today. And we hope to catch up with all of you in a couple of weeks. Thank you for being in the know. And again, thanks so much for joining us today.